So I'm having a chat with Lizzie and Catherine Ward Thomas, aka Ward Thomas. How are you both?
We're good, thanks.
We're good, thank you.
Good. You are on a little record store tour because you've released your fifth record. Tell us a bit about the record, first of all.
It's called Music in the Madness, and that's kind of the self-explanatory title. It's very much about music and madness. We wrote a song called Music in the Madness about a year ago, and the rest of the album sort of followed suit. Very much linked to the fact that we just come fresh out of a pandemic. Ukraine had just been invaded. Yeah. We were talking about wildfires that were happening, and it was just sort of very much like, where's this music? And when you look hard enough, you can find some pretty good moments of joy.
Yeah, good. And 5 records in now. How have you and how has the music evolved since you started releasing 2014, I think it was?
Well, I think every album, both Catherine and I want to develop and evolve as much as possible. And I mean, we started when we were 17 and now we're 28 years old. And obviously life happens. We get new experiences, new inspirations. Yeah. And so we hope that this album kind of represents growth and who we are today and what we're writing about and what we're inspired by.
Yeah. Good. And there's some singles that you've released off there, but one I don't think you've released as a single yet was a kind of a cover, your own version of Razorlight's America. What was the reason behind doing that?
So we actually recorded America a while ago, and we were recording lots of other covers, and we were going through a sort of cover phase where we were looking at lots of different things to do. And that one just really stood out to us when we finished it. And then when it came to Music in the Madness and how we wanted the album to sound, it felt like it just fit perfectly in the theme and sonically as well.
Yeah, good. And you're on a little record store tour at the moment, but you've got your own headline tour coming up as well. I bet you can't wait to be doing the full-blown headline tour again.
Yes. I mean, we can't wait because, I mean, our last tour had been rescheduled 3 times. And so this is our next phase, promoting our next album. And we have already had some great feedback on the album. So we can't wait to go out and sing all the songs off the album live. That's like the ultimate reward, is when you see people singing your new songs back to you. It's unreal.
And how do you cater your sets? Because obviously a record store tour like you're doing at the moment compared to a full-blown headline are going to be completely different. How do you set yourselves up?
Yeah, I mean, here at the record store we're going to be doing only brand new songs because it's the Music in the Madness album release. We've just, we've come here to show everyone a little taster of what the album's going to be.
Yeah. Acoustically,
yeah, and very acoustically and very ad hoc. In fact, there's songs that we literally have played once acoustically that we're going to do tonight. Mm-hmm. So that is in some ways like it's its very own separate thing. Whereas when we're on tour, I mean, we've now got 5 albums, like you said. So the tour that we're about to do, starting on the 30th of March, is very much an eclectic mix of all the albums. We definitely want to promote the brand new stuff, but there's some old stuff that we haven't played for years that we can't wait to get back out there. So it's creating that balance that's quite challenging when you've got a lot of music. It's a good problem to have, though.
5 albums as well as wanting to do a few covers. So it's kind of like, how do we fit it into an hour and a half?
And speaking of the covers, have you done covers kind of before that you've tried and they just have not worked for you?
Oh yes, many a time. And I think with covers, sometimes they don't work straight away, and then you just have to turn it on its head and do something completely different, and it works. And other times you just got to quit while you're ahead and go, no, this isn't working. Time to move on to a different one. So I think relatively soon if it's going to work or not when you start working on a new cover.
Yeah, and I hear you're working towards record number 6 already.
Yes, well, we've been out in Nashville twice or 3 times already. Twice already in the new year. And we're already working on new stuff. Whether it's an album yet, we're very, very in the early stages. We've got some songs we love, but we haven't gone to make demos or productions of them yet, so it's still a work in progress.
And so when you guys write, how does things start off for you? Is it lyrics first? Is it a tune first? And do you start on the acoustic guitar and work your way up, or how does it work?
I mean, it's honestly different every time, and it also depends who we're working with. Sometimes we're with a producer who's already brought up a track and they've worked on something, so you write the top line on top and the concept comes later. Other times you come in with a concept and you go, this is what I really want to write about today, and these are the songs I've been listening to that I love. Sometimes it's just like Lizzie on a dog walk singing into her phone, and then the song comes later. So it's literally different every single time.
Good. And once you've kind of got your demos set up and you step foot into the studio to record, how does it work for you guys to get it from that demo to a finished track?
Well, I mean, we're working with so many amazing musicians and producers. For this particular record, we worked with Ed Harcourt and a guy called Aaron Icehouse in Nashville. So we kind of did part of it in Nashville and part of it here. And they bring a lot of their creativity and musicality to the productions and the arrangements. But also for this was especially fun for us because we recorded most of it with our live band, who are like our brothers. So the energy and the chemistry, I hope that everyone can hear that in the music. But it's often quite scary because when sometimes we'll literally go into the production room without a demo, just from a work tape. And so it's like completely working from a blank canvas. But a lot of the times we like to get kind of like references that we found on Spotify that we think that song would suit that kind of production really well, but obviously make it our own. That helps the producer a lot more kind of understand our vision for the song.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Oh, well,
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thanks very much. Cheers.